Good morning. I'm Olivia Otieno, and today on Double O Direct, the hashtag that you need to remember is Ukiweka Umeweka. That is because I've got giveaways tied to Ukiweka Umeweka, the first item. And I'm going to trust a lady on this, right? Her name is Robin. I'm going to trust her because she's the co-author of this book that I'm giving away. And she says they're en route. If they don't fika, the lady to blame is not Double O. It is called Robin. The book is called Building in Kenya. So let me know online with the hashtag Ukiweka Umeweka the name of a woman who is currently building alone with her husband as part of a chama. I just need a name. All of our socials are open. Yeah, SpiceFM KE. Just use the hashtag Ukiweka Umeweka, and a copy of Building in Kenya could be yours. With me right now, though, is a lady I have known since before we were Mama Nani, since before we were Mrs. Nani. She is my sister. She is my friend, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome her to my workplace. Liz OGIMBO.
Yes, madam.
How are you doing?
I am fine, thank you, and thank you for having me.
You know, it's so appropriate that this is a Whitney hour because you are bringing all of it. You are bringing everything.
Thank you.
Mr. Brian Ameliota, can you please upload those photos? Because we got a supermodel here at SpiceFM. Mumbi. Ladies do grow that tall. But we also have to give a shout out to Latoya Johnson because she's the one who reconnected us. Even though that great introduction, you are my sister, but we haven't spoken or seen each other in almost a decade plus, right?
Girl, 15, 16, 17 years.
But aren't we just looking the same?
I know, right?
I'm just looking as hot as ever.
Girl, it's called melanin popping, black don't crack, and all those things. All those things.
We are still fitting into those same clothes.
Yeah.
No, mine had some ups and downs. But seriously, you are a creative entrepreneur. What does that embody? What is that about?
Well, creative entrepreneurship is really just the fact that I touch on different facets, or I'm multidisciplined within different facets within the creative industry. For those who know, I do touch on fashion. I've been in the fashion game for 14 years. I am a musician. I've been in the music game for 11 years. And I have new babies. Wine is a new baby. Coffee is a new baby. And I really am passionate about the creative economy in Africa. And that's what I've been working on through my foundation called Kamatana. So creativity is my heartbeat.
And what does Kamatana mean?
Kamatana means, you remember those little lines that we used to get? Like my
Yes.
mom would sit me down and sometimes do the
Yes.
Kamatana, meaning
Yes.
you have one matuta connected to the other. So in Swahili, yes. And for those who also tune in Swahili, Kamatana just means holding together.
Yes.
And I just think that that is the spirit of how I wanted to set this up. And the idea is to hold a hand and let the other hand hold the other hand. And as we inspire, as we motivate, as we develop the creative industry, we hold hands and we inspire and we transfer skills and we take over the world, baby. It's take over time.
I love the fact that you touch on all of my loves. Music, check. Fashion, check. Wine, check. Coffee, girl. I'm going to support you on everything. So tell me about the last 10 years or the last 5 years. What's that journey been like to bringing you to this point? Maybe some of the challenges you've experienced.
To be honest with you, Olivia, I like to focus more on what I've been able to achieve.
Yes.
And try not to focus so much on the challenges.
Yes.
And I feel like when we focus less on the challenges and focus more on the dream, the vision, and kind of where we want to be, I find more momentum. Because
Yes.
when I focus on the challenges actually pull me down.
Yes.
So I'm going to just say that nothing is easy in life. It's been about, maybe about 15, 16 years of hustling within the creative space.
Yes.
Exploring through different markets. And I think for me, the one thing I know for sure is I come from a very strong family, a very sort of grounded family. My dad has always been my superhero and my mom as well. And my dad said one thing, taught us one of the things that I really learned that I still carry with me.
Yes.
He says, if you're going to do it in excellence or don't do it at all.
100. I completely believe that.
100, girl. 100. Do it in excellence or don't do it at all. So for me, really, I think for me, at the end of the day, I'm just saying I put in my heart, I put in my time, put in the excellence, and we go.
Olivia Otieno, this is Double O Direct. Woman host, woman singers, woman guests, a focus on a different woman in fashion every week. But before I continue my conversation with Liz OGIMBO, entrepreneur and Gitch, she's up to a lot of things. Be knowing that today on Double O Direct, I'm looking for women in real estate, more specifically, a woman who has built or is in the process of building a home. Please do share their name, or location, right? As they, but just first name. Please don't get into all the details. Yeah, I don't put everyone's details on our social. It can be a disaster. Liz, the disaster can be real.
Tell me about it.
But make sure you use the hashtag Ukiweka Umeweka. I'm now talking to Liz Ogumbo, creative entrepreneur, fashion, music, coffee, wine. Tell me how all of those came to be, where they are now and where they're going.
Well, we'll start with fashion, which was 2007. And I think when I was in Kenya during that time,
you
that's
dressed
kind of
me.
Yeah,
Love in 60 Seconds, my TV show.
There you go. There you go. So we go way back. And I remember that fashion started at such a young time. I mean, a past time.
Yeah.
From the modeling industry, you graduate, then I started doing a bit of work in the styling sector. And then before you know it, everyone wants to buy my clothes off of me. And people were buying my clothes off of me. And I thought, it's time to get commercial.
They didn't have the body she was making at adjustments.
No, please. No, don't even go there. Olivia, let me tell the truth, Ruth. I'm trying to say something here. And you know what? It's 14 years I'm celebrating in fashion. I've been able to showcase in different fashion weeks around the world. I've been able to be involved in different fashion programs.
Yes.
And, today I set up my studio. I've been in Johannesburg for about 10 years. And now I'm in Kenya. And actually what's funny is, guys, I want you to just watch this space. I don't want to kiss and tell too much, but stay tuned and follow me on @LizOgumbo Fashion on Instagram for the fashion part of it, just to catch up with when we are setting up here, because the fashion is here.
The fashion
in
is
Nairobi here.
What about the music? Where is it now and where is it going?
Music is happening. I really wanted to push out my third album last year. And since COVID, I've been also living in that whole let's just go with the flow like that fish.
Yes.
So I'm really trying as well. You know how you plan and then, things happen and life happens. But I believe that music is such a beautiful gift. It's something in my soul. So I don't think there's any expiration date when it comes to when to release next. But I've got two products. I've got a first album called Cancel and the second album called Cancel, The Lotus Chapter. You can check us on your digital platforms. And also you can visit my music on cancel.tv. That's where we hold it down.
Kahawa Tigulokani.
Kahawa tuko Rohan. Sasa mambo ya kahawa basi wacheni niwaeleze, okay? Someone Olivia is asking about kahawa. Well, kahawa came after wine.
Okay.
But kahawa came because during the COVID, since the COVID pandemic crisis, when we say home is where the heart is, and I'm not playing. And this is home for me. And even though I don't spend a lot of time here, this is my home.
Yes.
And there was something so calming about coming back home. And as I came back home, I said to myself, I have never been in Kenya this long, for over 20 years. I cannot remember being in Kenya for this many months. And during my time here, I realized what is it that I could be able to connect with or align with that is so home-based, that could give me a grounding here, that is connected with here.
Yes.
And girl, I promise you, as much as I drink wine every night, I drink coffee every morning. I'm one of those. So coffee, here we come. Kenya has one of the best coffees when you think about coffee production in the world. The quality of the coffee. I'm focused on Arabica.
I love Arabica. Oh, amazing. High quality. Top shelf.
And LizOgumboCoffee.com is where you can find out everything about the coffee.
Are you grinding it here? Are you
roasting
it here?
The processes are here. So I'm only export only, guys, for now, because I really believe that the world, I'm not saying Kenya doesn't need coffee. I'm just saying we have too much coffee right now. Can we just share? Because sharing is caring, right?
True.
Yeah. So it's beans, raw beans. I'm exporting regular beans, roasted beans. So raw, roasted, and then just ground as well, depending on who wants to buy and if they have the roasteries or if they prefer, whatever it is. Everything and every case is different.
Tell me about the wine now, understanding that it is 10:49 a.m. I know legal is like, what are they gonna say? Okay, but in a nutshell, it is there. Let's not go too much into it. But in a nutshell, it is there. We need to catch up over a couple of bottles because we got stuff to discuss.
LizOgumboWines.com.
The other thing I want to know is, with regards to what I'm wearing today, inspiration and from what collection?
This, what you're wearing is a very iconic piece from one of my collections. It was a 2012 spring-summer collection called Safari Collection. And it was inspired by Safari in so many different aspects. I released a soundtrack as well on my second album called Safari that went with the collection.
Yes.
And that's a tie neck blouse. I think that one of the things I want to do and I want to encourage women to do is I want to bring the woman back to the woman.
Yes.
I feel like the feminine side of us is almost flying away out of the window. And I love it when I see a beautiful woman in a little skirt like that, a pleated skirt. It brings back the girl in you, you know? The tie neck blouse is very sophisticated with the calf sleeves. The buttons is also very, I think it's inspired more by the romantic era.
Yes.
So I just think that for me, when I look at what you picked out of everything we presented, this is very feminine, it's very chic,
Yes.
and I just want to enjoy it. Let's celebrate this fashion thing.
Tell
Spread
me
the
about
love.
what you're wearing, because what you're wearing is next level. You know, what you're wearing, we need to go somewhere. We need to take you somewhere. Somebody needs to escort Liz around this
Somewhere.
amazing city. All right? What are you wearing?
Well, today I'm wearing a beautiful extra. This is an extra puff sleeve, and
Yes.
it's one of my signature pieces. I love the extra in fashion, but because I'm really bold, but I'm also got the minimalist element. So everything else very simple about this piece. It's got a beautiful drop-down V back. Guys, I don't know if you saw my back. And it's fun and it's simple. It's the one thing I pulled the wardrobe up and thinking, what will I wear? And I saw it and I pulled it on and I threw it on and that's it. And
Tell me about the fabric, or maybe about how you'd care for something like that.
Yes, this is dry clean only. Most of my intricate pieces like this one is definitely dry clean only. It's always safer to do the dry clean.
Yes.
But I'll also give you guys a little secret.
Tell me.
Mama, this hand wash thing, don't be confused. The hand wash thing is not a joke, girls and boys and ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So don't ever feel overwhelmed when it comes to dry cleaning. If you have a person who's helping you, or if
Yes.
even you yourself,
Yes.
if it's too expensive, just do a very nice, delicate hand wash. On YouTube, I love the DIYs. You can get a lot of information on how to do stuff and
Yes.
do it safely. But this is 100% cotton lycra.
Yes.
It's fully lined.
Yes.
It's got padding on the dress, so I don't have to wear a bra, because, guys, seriously, I am one of those who's like, listen, let's pad this baby up because the back is V, it's drop. We don't want to see your bra. No one wants to see your straps. So when you have stuff like this, or I give you a dress like this, please don't wear the bra. It's padded.
You can
Readily
use tape.
padded.
You can also use tape if you need
That's-
extra.
Yes.
All
tape
right.
as well, yes.
I want to find out the difference between the Kenyan industry and the South African industry in a few minutes. Good morning. I'm Olivia Otieno. The show is 00 Direct. The hashtag today, the hashtag, Ukiweka Umeweka. I am looking for women who are currently building a home. It can be anywhere within the borders of this great country of ours. But now, before I bring in my guests, I need to wrap things up with today's woman in fashion, creative entrepreneur, Liz OGIMBO. Tell me very quickly, with regards to fashion and music, what are the differences between the industry in Kenya vis-a-vis the industry in South Africa?
You know what? I think that fashion is fashion. We all know music is music. But I just find that there's a level of, maybe, I don't know how I'm going to break this down without hurting anyone.
Offend.
But offend. Please, I beg, don't throw the legs on me now. I will offend. But I'm not doing this intentionally. But you know, what I found is when I moved to SA, I did really well when it came to my fashion.
Yes.
And one of the things I find that I really appreciate about SA is people are not shy to spend once they understand the value of the product. And that's something that I would like to educate our people around us, our consumers here, is before you say that is too expensive, how can you say, how much is it? That's the price. That's too expensive. Do you know what I'm selling? Do you know the value of it? Have you touched the fabric? Have you looked at this piece? Have you understand the workmanship that goes into this product?
Yes.
So one big difference. Money ain't a thing when you understand that you're paying for value.
Exactly.
And that is what I love about, or what I experience more in the other side than here.
Yes,
Here,
yes.
people want to just go and drink, and everything's too expensive. Musically, I would say that, you know, the music opportunities as well, I found that I had a lot of doors open for me. I did a lot of world tours. Everything I've done musically, I've actually done from my base in South Africa.
Yes.
And I've done it with so much strength and so much backbone and
Yes.
so much sass, because there's a space for it and there's money for it again.
Yes.
So I feel like for me, when we speak about the creative industry in a nutshell,
Yes.
one of our challenges now as Africa is that we have to start understanding that the value of the creative economy is way higher than where we've actually pegged it.
Okay.
And we need to put our money where our mouth is. Big money boys, big money girls, come out and put your money. Put your money. You know, I am dressing Miss Universe Kenya for the last, let's just say 3 weeks, and I'm sending her off with Liz Ogumbo Fashion the whole time.
Yes.
And the fact that there's no fashion sponsor to sponsor that
Yes.
breaks my heart.
It's a travesty. Very quickly, how can people get in touch with Liz Ogumbo?
Everything you want to know, everything is on lizogumbo.com, and you can follow me at Liz Ogumbo on the social handles.
Thank you so much. Have yourself a most phenomenal Saturday. Where we going to drop?
Yeah.
Where we
I
gonna
don't know
drop?
where we're going to drop, but we ain't telling on here, girl. We ain't telling. We ain't telling.
Thank you so much, Liz. I know you're off to the US, I think, next week. All the best with that. It has been an absolute positive pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Spice.